Hi everyone, it is Saturday and it is our Pilates Advent Calendar day number 5. Thank you so much for joining me today. And today's word is going to be coordination. Hopefully you can see that. Great. So we are going to be doing some lovely exercises lying down that's really going to challenge your coordination and your mind-body connection and really get you thinking about what is moving and what isn't. So I'd like you to come down onto the floor and set yourself up with a little cushion underneath your head, supporting your head there, and your feet and knees hip distance apart, weight going down through the back of your head, the back of your rib cage and the back of your pelvis. So we're just going to start with a few little pelvic tilts here. So just tucking your pelvis and arching away ever so slightly, tucking and arching, feeling how your spine imprints into the mat and then arches away. So a lovely way just to find where you are in space and to identify any aches and pains that are going on through your spine today. Good, let's take a couple more here and come back through to a central position where you're neither imprinting and you're not arching away. I'd like you to lengthen your arms down by your sides, relax your shoulders and your jaw. And we're going to go straight into a starfish. I like to breathe in. And as you breathe out, start sliding one heel away as you float the other arm up and over, reaching through your fingers, reaching through your toes. So opposite arm, opposite leg, before drawing back in with control. Let's go on either side. So you're smoothly moving away, trying to get great alignment here. Super for mobilizing your hips and your shoulders. And also you're going to use your core muscles to support your torso. So there's no movement going on at all through your body. It's just the hip and the shoulder that are working. So let's go again, breathing out and in. And out again, reaching through your fingers and through your toes. And coming back in. One more to each side here. So sliding away with control. Really try to get lots of space through your joints. And our final one here. Reaching away and coming all the way back in. Well done. We're going to go straight into a knee drop with a lateral arm drop as well. So for this one, feet and knees still hip distance apart. Float your arms up, palms are facing directly over your shoulders. We're going to open one leg out with control. So let's just practice that first actually. So you can place your hands on your hips. As you breathe out, I'd like you to open one leg out to the side, rolling on the edge of your foot, keeping your core muscles coming in. And then draw back through to center. So no movement through your hips, is pure opening. So you're getting external rotation of the femur in the hip joint. So using these toe muscles. So that's kind of hard enough as it is. Then we're going to add in an opposite arm drop. So as you take one leg away, I'd like you to open the other arm out to the side at a 90-degree angle to your body. And then come back. And if you wanted to make this harder, you could have a couple of hand weights in your hands. And that would definitely add some challenge in to your shoulders and to your arms. So opening and closing with control. Let's go again. Opening out to the side. Coming back. Lovely. Keeping your torso completely still. Just pushing to see if you can open a little bit further through your hips now. And our final one here, breathing out and breathing in. Good. And float your arms down by your sides once again. Okay, so let's take our legs into a double knee fold. So floating one leg up, keeping a 90-degree angle between your knee and your hip, and float the second leg up to join it, still hip distance apart. Then float your arms up, fingers pointing towards the ceiling. We're going to do very similar now, but as we go into a single toe tap, we're going to tap the opposite arm and leg away. So it's all about opposition today and coordination. So tapping one foot, hinging from the hip as you take the other arm back. Breathing out, keep your toe muscles coming down and in rather than doming up and out. And keep your torso completely still. This is fantastic for your core strength. And again, we're just challenging that coordination. Good. Reaching through your fingers, making sure you're not losing that angle between your knees. Lovely. And one more to each side. Breathing out and in. And our final one out and in. Pause here. Now let's see if we can go same arm, same leg. So mixing it up just a little bit, see if this feels any different. And maybe you'll have to think about this a little bit more. So same arm, same leg moving away. You're gonna have to use those tummy muscles even more now to reduce any movement in your torso. And again, breathing out and breathing in. And then we're going to float our knees in towards us and give ourselves a little bit of a rock from side to side. Super. So let's place our feet back down on the floor. Now glue your legs together. We're going to go into a hip roll, which is what we did yesterday when we did our rotation. But this time, we're going to add in a rib cage closure. So you're going to be thinking about length of your body as well as coordination. So arms down by your sides, knees and feet glued together, breathing in. As we breathe out, let's take our legs over to one side and float our arms up and over our shoulders, back towards the floor behind you, keeping both of your shoulders on the mat. Pause here for your breath in. And as you breathe out, draw everything back through to your starting point and float your arms down by your sides. So again, you're keeping your toe muscles coming in, making sure they're not doming up and out. Shoulders remain heavy. Pause. Draw back in with control. Great. Let's go again. So smoothly sliding your arms back. Bring them back over. Wonderful. And think about keeping both sides of your waist long. So rather than hitching your hips up, you're really keeping them long. Lovely. One more to each side here. So fab for your spinal health. Great for your strength as well through your core. You might feel that particularly when you start to draw your legs back through to your center position. You can really feel it working here. And let's float our arms down once again. Fab work. Okay, let's come over onto our fronts now. So we're going to be doing something called diamond press. So we're going to be working into extension of our spine, but also we're going to be adding in a little bit of coordination here as well. So let's practice our normal diamond press. Like to roll over onto your fronts and lengthen your legs out behind you so that they are hip distance apart. So your legs are in parallel, and then come down onto the floor. So your fingertips and your thumbs are forming a diamond shape. Elbows out wide, shoulders down, and your forehead is resting on top of that diamond. This is our start position, and as we breathe out, we're going to lift up our head and neck and very top of the spine, floating our elbows off the floor, and inhaling, coming down. Well done. Let's go again. So we're just coordinating the raising of our arms up with our breath. And imagine you've got a big pincer attached to the back of your neck, and that's just going to pull you up towards the ceiling. So you're not craning through your neck, you're keeping a really long back of neck. Breathing out to come up, pause here. Inhale to come down, good. One more like this, breathing out. And inhale to come down. So now we've got that movement through our bodies, we're going to add in a single arm salute. So this time, we're going to leave our arms on the floor and then come up just with our head, neck and top of spine before we add in a salute of one of our arms. So sounds complicated, it's not really. We're going to breathe out, bring your head up, and then you're going to float one arm up into a single arm salute, lower down. Breathe out, float, feel that strength through your shoulders. Inhale to lower the arm down and then bring your head back down. Super. Let's go again. We're going to breathe out. We're going to leave the opposite arm this time as we come into a salute. Take that arm down, go on the other side, saluting up. So fab for your posture. Great for your spinal extension strength. So this is what's going to help you keep upright. And it's also going to help release any pressure and tension around your shoulders and your neck. Good. Two more like this. Floating and lowering. And lengthen down. And our final one. So this is really good to get you thinking. You have to think about what you're doing here. Placing your heads back down and returning down. Okay, so let's leave our legs where they are and float our arms out in front of us now. So we're just extended along the floor, so hopefully you can see that. You're going to keep my head in extension. So I've lifted up already. Gaze is going down towards the floor. And we're going to go into something called swimming. So this is where we lift opposite arm and opposite leg up from the floor. Again, fab for your posture. So breathing in, breathing out to float. Inhale to lower. Out to float. Inhale to lower. Opposite arm, opposite leg, moving. Keeping your gaze going down at the floor and just seeing if you can lift your arms and your legs up anymore. But remember, the movement is coming from your hips and shoulders rather than your elbows and your knees. So you're lengthening through your limbs. Super. Last one to each side, and we're just going to challenge ourselves and see if we can do this in double time. So don't worry about your breathing. We're going to lift, 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 lift. Just remember to breathe a bit. Opposite arm, opposite leg. 3, 2, 1, and rest back down here. Push your bottom back over your heels and come into your rest position. So sending your arms forward, forehead down, and just resting here for a few breaths in and out. Good. Okay, we're going to push ourselves up, and we're going to come to sitting in whatever position suits you best for our final couple of breaths. So arms out to the side now, breathing in. As we breathe out, float your arms all the way up, reaching through your fingers and pressing the air away. And our final one here, reaching all the way up, reaching through our fingers, press the air away, and give yourself a clap. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed our coordination class. I'm going to be back tomorrow for some more Pilates, so enjoy the rest of the day, enjoy the sunshine, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.